Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sandy if you're new here, and I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button so you can catch more videos of mine as I get them posted. Today's project is sublimation. So my brother's birthday is coming up, and we don't exchange gifts, but he's turning 60, and so I thought this would be a fun way to practice my sublimation and make some coasters for him. So he's a huge Tennessee Titans fan, and he's also a Louisville Cardinal fan, and so I thought I'd make a coaster with the Louisville and then another coaster with the Tennessee Titans. And all I did to find these images is I went out to Google and I just put in Tennessee Titans logo. And then what you'll want to do is you can hit this more button or the tools button here. And then you'll want to come down and search for change this to transparent. And that way you can find images that you're able to upload into Cricut Design Space, and then you can clean them up. So like this particular one here, you can right click on it and save image as, and then just save it down to your computer. And once you've saved it down to your computer, so I am just going to save it onto my desktop. And it's a PNG. And then you just go back into Cricut Design Space and you can upload image. And you can see I've already uploaded it here. Alright, let me show you how to clean up an image that you have downloaded from the internet. So first off, click on the upload button and then click on the select from photo library. And then when your photos come up, search for the image that you've just now downloaded. And I'm doing this on my iPad because I find it easier to clean up these images using my iPad. So you can see here the whole image is black. So that tells you that the background needs to be removed. So click on the remove button there and then tap on the background. And when you do that, you see that the image now is visible and the background has been removed. And so then hit the next button. And then I don't really need to do any despeckling or smoothing because this image looks pretty good to me. So I'll hit the next button and then come over and I want to give this image a name, but I want to make sure I've clicked on the print then cut image. You want to make sure you have that green box around there and then give it a name. I'm calling it Titans Logo 4 and then hit the save button. And I've done this a couple times, that's why I called it number 4. And then you click on the image and then you hit the insert button down in the bottom right, and then it'll show up in your canvas. So now I'm going to size these up. My coasters, I'm using the round ceramic Cricut coasters, and so they're about 3.5 inches. And so I sized these up to be close to the same size so that they could look good next to each other. I'm not going to add any other border design. I'm just kind of playing around. So I'm going to send these over to the printer and I am going to print them out on my sublimation printer. And so you just hit the make it button and they'll show up here, and hit the continue button. And then when this comes up, you hit the send to printer. And then I always like to turn on the system dialog. And then I want to make sure I select the right printer. And it is my Epson ET4700. And then I hit the print button. And let me print these out. And I'll show you how I put them onto the coasters. I printed the images out on the Sublimation printer and cut them out. Now I'm going to tape them down to the coasters. I used a lint-free cloth, and now I'm going to tape this down with some heat-resistant tape. I have my Easy Press 2 preheating up to 400 degrees and 240 seconds, which is around 4 minutes. And I'm just going to do one at a time because I have not used the Sublimation ink on the Cricut coasters. I'm sure it should be fine, but I thought I'd test it out with one first. Oops, sorry about that. And again, I'm making sure to put the tape where the ink is not. And I think that's centered pretty good. I'll set this design over here for the moment. So lint-free cloth, cardstock on your mat. Put that on here. Put the butcher paper so you don't get any ink on your Cricut. And I am gonna heat it up, and then we'll check it out in a little bit. And it said like medium pressure. You all, as soon as I put the heat press on here, I realized I hadn't mirrored these. So I'm gonna have to go print these out again. And luckily I have another coaster, so I cannot believe I forgot to mirror these. Oh well, see, I mean, even if we've been doing this a while, we still make mistakes. Oh well. So it came out pretty good. It's still pretty hot. I'll bring it a little closer. It's just backwards. Goofball. Alright, let's try again. I am still waiting for the Titans one to cool down, but here's the backwards one. So learn from my mistakes, remember to mirror. And then here is the one where I mirrored it when I printed it. So it's not bad. I think it turned out pretty good. And you really do need to keep medium pressure on the entire time. So, but I really like how this turned out. It's kind of cool. So hopefully my brother likes them. We really don't exchange gifts, but he's turning 60, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to give him some coasters. He's a huge Louisville fan, and he lives in Nashville, so he's a big Titans fan also. Another lesson learned is when you're heating for 4 minutes, you should remove your cutting mats down below, because mine is now buckled a little bit. I hadn't ever had an issue, but usually I've been just using the heat press for 15 seconds or 30 seconds, that type of thing. So apparently when you're doing 4 minutes, the heat pad still doesn't protect these cutting mats. So I'm hoping to try to flatten it back down with these heavy books, but I might be out of luck. So another lesson learned. Here's the Titans one. I don't necessarily like all the white space on here, but I did this real quick, so, and I'm still learning, but I think the colors turned out awesome. So I'm pleased with them. I mean, you know, first try at it. Anyway, let me know what you all think down below, and thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next video.